We're going to continue on putting on some ground foam, but up in the mountains this time. Right now on Reed's Train Stuff. Hi and welcome to Reed's Train Stuff, model train and how-to videos. So if you're building a model railroad and want some tips and ideas, or you just like watching trains run around, well, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you'll be notified of my upcoming videos. Well, welcome back, or hello if it's your first time here. Today we're continuing on my diorama build, part 10, where we're continuing on putting some more ground foam and other materials up on the mountain area using a couple of similar techniques but still a bit different to how I did the first part in the last video. And if you haven't caught the other videos in this series, I'll put a link up here for you. So anyway, like I said, I'm just going to continue on doing some scenery, so let's get into it, eh? Right, so what we're going to do now is on this cliff face. I don't know if you've ever seen some photos of cliff faces. A lot of time they just have, it's like just a rock. So what we're going to do, just going to do basically the same as I did with when I put down the original layer of dirt and that layer of the original layer of the blended green turf. It's just using a paintbrush with some wet water and mix it in with some glue to make a bit of a watery mixture. We'll paint it on and then we'll put the some of that light gravel. The gravel I mixed, I showed you in one of the earlier videos. Put that down and so let's get into it. Nice watery mix of glue. Just try to avoid your spread it out. Doesn't matter if it goes down near the river, because you're going to fix all that up later. Be careful going around your rock faces. Get it right over there, out there. Get a bit up into where the dirt is. Right, now we're just going to get this. Pinch it to my hand. Just drizzle it, drop it down. Just push it in there with your fingers a bit. So there you go. So you're getting that, just that rocky look going down. Let me just get some off there. Push it in. So there we go. So that's we'll let that dry and we'll come back. Alright, yeah, on this section of the mountainy thing, I'm just actually going to continue. I'm going to run the dirt down a bit further than I already have, so basically doing exactly the same thing. A bit of watered down PVA. I'm just going to go up here. Right down. Excuse my arm. Just been looking at a few different pictures of different rocky hillsides, and they've all got different contrasting textures. Some have dirt, some have rock, some they mix it up. So right there, I'll just go down there. Okay. Get my really fine dirt that I used on the when I originally put everything down. I might actually use the little sieve thing. Nice even coverage there. So just throw it in like that too. And just get the coverage on. So spread a little bit more. Okay, so we'll let that dry and then we'll continue on. Alright, so now you see I've put my my backboard on, so adds a bit of difference. What I should have done earlier is if you're doing like, you've got your backboard, skyboard, whatever you call it, on, and then before you put in your mountains and plaster, you should really do this, so that way it keeps it off the paintwork. So as you can see, I've run some the blue painter's tape roughly around the edge of the thing. You're going to miss a few spots, but you can easily touch that up. It's easier than touching up a little spot than a big spot. And then if we get, I'm just using paper here, but you could use plastic or anything. Sort of, I've got some thicker tape, and just stick that down onto the tape. I'll just bend that over, and that way it protects your entire backdrop. So I'll continue doing to the rest, and then we'll come back and continue doing the scenery. Alright, so now I've got that, all my backdrop there, skyboard all covered, so I'll get no garbage all over it. So I've just used a couple of bits of paper, old paper. You could use newspaper, you could use plastic, but as long as you use the blue painter's tape, because that way it won't rip. That stuff's designed so it will not take, it doesn't have a very high stickiness to it, so it'll actually just peel off. So anyway, let's get into doing this mountaintop scenery. So I'll just zoom it in. Move off there. Okay. So basically, similar to how I did the front part with the green grass, except so I'm not going to cover it with glue and put the green on. I'm just going to put the foam on, and then put the wet water on and then the glue. So what I'm going to do for a different look, I'm going to be using the fine turf earth, and just lightly sprinkle it around. So we're not going for that heavy, so you'll still be able to see the dirt that's underneath. said, just fun trying to get into some of the crevices, but just to give it a bit of texture. Okay, and then I'm just going to use the blended green turf and just lightly drop it in spots. So just a little bit of greenery growing up here. So it's just a subtle look, just brings out a bit of texture to it. So look, I'll just quickly continue doing the rest of that and then we'll come back. Alright, so I've just finished putting that all over the whole mountaintop. So instead of using this one with my wet water, instead of using the pipette, I'm going to show another technique which some people like, some people don't, but I'll show it to you anyway. I've just got, well, this is an old isopropyl, however you say that word, alcohol bottle, but it's got the spray top on it. So that's why you protect your backdrop, and you just slowly spray. Now you might not be able to see it, but when you spray this, it tends to just move the stuff around a little bit, which is alright. Just come over it, just give it a light spray like that. Now this is when, after you do that, you can actually come through and it'll sort of, where it's a bit damp, like going down the mountain side there, it's got something to bite into now, so you can actually get a bit more of your ground foam onto a few of the spots that it wouldn't sit before. And also if any of it's moved, you can just sort of cover up a bit. So go through like that, and let that a little bit of green going down there. Alright, and then of course, then you just go over it with your white glue mixture, 50, like I said, I do use 50-50 in my old vaping fluid thing, which you would have seen on the last video. If you haven't seen the last video, go and check it out. And then you just come through and just drop it down slowly. We all saw in the last video, so this is probably a bit boring. So anyway, I'll continue on doing that, and then we'll maybe add some more texture to it. Another thing I often find on top of the mountain tops and everywhere is more rocks. So I just try to use that fine, some of that fine dirt. Well, it's medium-sized dirt I mixed before. I'm just going to spread a few little rocks here and there. So anyway, just thought I'd quickly show you that. Back soon. Alright, well, another thing you can do, where I put that gravel down the side of the mountain, is to make it a bit different. Bit of texture and colour, and you get the your dirt and literally just pick it on and drag the dirt down. So you don't need to glue it on or anything like that. Just adds a bit of colour, a bit of texture. Takes away a bit of the shininess of stuff. So, hey, I think it works out quite well. So, just another thing you can do if you want to. So, alright, so now we've got the basic ground foam on top of the mountain. So obviously there's more to put on there. We add a lot more layers to it. So let's just have a quick look, and that's sort of a bit of an overview of the diorama as it sits at the moment. It's coming along nicely. A couple of cars there. I had them there to see how they look on the road. So let's just go have a quick closer look. Zoom her in. Yep. Alright, as you can see there, how the grass has just come down a bit with the dirt. So if you just dribble some glue down, and then have the when you put the ground foam down, it'll just fall on it nicely. And sort of also it blends in with the difference. Like we've got where the rock, more that rock coming down off the face of the mountain. And with just rubbing that dirt into the onto that, just gives it a bit of difference in coloration, and like I said, adds to your textures and everything. So anyway, that's that. So we'll continue on. We'll start adding some more detail. Alright, like I said, bring that mountaintop to life there. They're just using, I said, not using as much material as I did on the bottom part to give it a bit more barren, sparse look. We'll be adding a bit more detail up there in upcoming videos, but I had a few, put my cars on, truck on there just to give it a bit of a see what it looked like, and I think it's come out quite well. I said, using the rock for that sort of more rockier face there, and then blending it in with the dirt, just with all the grass, using the dry dirt straight over the rock to give it a bit more texture and a bit of different colour as well. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of my upcoming videos. Give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone you think may like this video, and please leave a comment down below. Alright, that's all for this today, and we'll continue on. Part 11, where we should just continue on putting a few more details in, and might even get into putting some ballast in, because everyone loves doing ballast. So anyway, till next time, thanks for watching, bye.